How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys are having a great and exceptional Saturday. Today's poem is going to be called Start Operating Like Suge Knight and Snoop Dogg poem. When it comes to life, above it all, I approach it like Suge Knight and the one known as the one and only Snoop Dogg, because they have some similarities, and at times they did a great job donating and starting a multitude of charities. In today's world, family, so many people are scared to be out in the limelight with this mindset. People just love to fight with their inner self, but these two people did a great job of building wealth. Also helping building people's health, because at the end of the day, family, your health is your wealth. In 2022, every single market, people need to know that there are a specific target. When it comes to advertisements, to ensure that one's money and time is constantly spent doing things that are unproductive, that have absolutely nothing to do with paying the bills or paying a very important thing known as the mortgage or paying your rent. Even though between these two people, there is a lot of bad blood. They both were people that worked very hard, coming straight out of the mud, with great music, with great success and inspiration. They did a great job within the hood, creating a wonderful flood. But at the end of the day, there were two sides of the same coin. Even though they had bullets coming at one another towards their head or groin, both gentlemen are gangsters in various different ways, and people want to play the fool, but it just isn't cool. The one known as Suge Knight went at people with the mighty hard-hitting sword. The other one, known as Snoop Dogg, went at people with the mighty hard-hitting pen and his great and deep relationships with the Lord. In life, we are like my grandmother would say, always, at times you got to fake it until you make it. Play both sides, but always be ready to ride. But too much of anything in this life is not good for you, not at all. That's how worlds collide. Too much sex, too much food, too much working out can tear up one's basically tear one all the way up very wide. Unfortunately, Mr. Suge Knight did a little bit or a lot when it came to being a gangster and trying to be Mr. Tough Guy. I get it. Growing up in Compton, California, back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, one had to do with one had to do to get by. But in the corporate world, certain things just do not apply. Mr. Snoop Dogg is on top. He just completed performing at the Super Bowl, and he's about to open up his own store. And Mr. Suge Knight is going to spend the rest of his life in prison, in a prison cell, staring at concrete steel doors because he didn't try to improve and he was stuck in his 1990s groove. Without any growth and maturity, at times, it can build lots and lots of insecurities. One has done great things throughout his Los Angeles community, and the other is locked down with no kind of immunity. So at the end of the day, family, I created this poem because for better or for worse, these two come from the same walks of life, but one decided to grow up and expand and grow, and the other decided to be very immature and still wanted to be Mr. Gangster. Obviously, that's Mr. Suge Knight. He's in prison for the rest of his life. And I got to give Snoop Dogg credit for making the song, thanking him for helping him become a superstar and whatnot in the beginning of his career. But the beautiful thing is that the fact that we can still talk about Snoop Dogg today, he just acquired Death Row Records. I think it's a beautiful thing. And the new Death Row emblem has him on it. And it's a beautiful thing because unfortunately the company was acquired by, I believe it was a company overseas. And at the end of the day, they weren't really doing anything but just making money off of Death Row music. And the beautiful thing is now that Snoop will be able to make money off of his music that he made with Death Row Records. So that's another thing. He's made a lot of great business moves, and that's the main reason why I talk about Snoop Dogg. And you have to give a shout out to Master P, because even Snoop Dogg said it. Suge Knight showed him how to become a superstar, but Master P showed Snoop Dogg how to become a businessman within the music industry. And the business matters more than the talent at any day, all the time. Why? Because, talent, everyone has talent, but not everybody has business savvy And there's a reason why in 2022, you can still talk about Snoop Dogg. And there's a reason why in 2022, Suge Knight is only talked about when it comes to stuff that he did back in the 90s. Need I say more? So on that note, family, do the great 3 free things, like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. As I always say, make money moves or you're going to live like a fool. Take care.